Hey, I'm Tommy Munner from Carolina Kid News. Thanks so much for watching us today. Well, we are here with Miss WaKena. She's from the American Heart Association, and she is a certified CPR specialist. Tell us a little bit about this. What do you do, and do you teach CPR? Do you go out to schools, or just what is it like being you, working for the American Heart?
Actually, I'm the owner of CPR for Life, so independent contractor through the
Okay.
American Heart Association. I go out to churches, schools, in people's homes just to make it convenient. And then we have 6 locations that we also instruct out of just to kind of get out there and make it known that CPR is so important, being that only 20% of emergency situations that end up in the hospital make it because they received bystander CPR, and the other 80% typically don't.
Tell us a little bit of why CPR is so important and in what situations you should use CPR.
Well, CPR should be used for anyone who is not breathing and not circulating blood properly, and it can be used for anything. It's sometimes misunderstood that it's only done for individuals who have suffered from cardiac arrest where their heart suddenly stops. But in actuality, there's a lot of emergencies you can use it for. You can use it for drowning. You can use it for victims of choking if needed, if they became unresponsive after they choked. Asthma, allergies, they stopped breathing because of them. They fell and hit their head and went into shock. So there's such a wide range that you can use CPR for.
You said that you taught churches and schools and stuff like that. What would you say is the most important steps when it comes to CPR?
Well, your compressions are always going to be the most important. You want to make sure that you're getting your compressions done properly and fast enough, because that's what's actually getting that blood circulating. It's keeping the oxygenated blood going to the brain, which is keeping your vital organs from shutting down. But if it's trained properly and you've actually gone through training and can perform all of the steps of CPR, that's going to be the most effective for your victims.
Okay, so you mentioned compressions. What are they, and then where should we perform compressions?
Well, your compressions are always done on the breastbone in the center of their chest, at about the nipple line of the victim, and you want to make sure that you're depressing 2 inches the depth of their chest, and making sure that you're depressing at a rate of 100 compressions per minute.
That's very important to know.
Yeah.
And what if there's one thing that you could say to someone who is really just not sure? It's an emergency situation. You mentioned some of the things that CPR is used for, but what would you just say to someone out there?
Always call 911 first. You call 911, your 911 operator should be able to get you through. But if you're ever in a situation, it's a bad situation to be in when you're like, oh, I should have learned CPR during that emergency. We always say CPR is kind of like insurance. We get health insurance just in case we need to go to the doctor. We get auto insurance just in case we need to get out of a car accident or something. And that's what CPR is like. CPR is that lifeline just in case something happens. You're prepared to, save a potential victim, whether your family, your friends, or a stranger out on the streets.
So important, and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.